All right, we back with another one. So this right here is Ref Me Up. This is my ref educational platform I built for myself, and along the way, I want to make sure that others be able to understand what referees go through. This section is the Audiobook, so it's not gonna be exciting because we can't take away from the text. All right, so pretty much I'm gonna be very close to the text. So like I said, it might be boring, but hey, you gotta be able to understand what the text says to actually know what the rules are. All right. The NCAA rulebook is in black and white, and it's my job to help you understand what we are really saying. So this is Ref Me Up. Today we're diving into Rule 9, Section 1, Personal Fouls. So all fouls in this section, unless otherwise stated, and any unnecessary roughness are considered personal fouls. For flagrant personal fouls that require conference review, see Rule 9.6. Penalty 15 yards. For dead ball fouls, 15 yards from the succeeding spot, TB fouls result in a automatic first down unless rules apply. If team A commits a live ball foul behind the neutral zone, it is enforced from the previous spot. If the foul occurs behind team A's goal line, it results in a safety. Flagrant offenders must be ejected or disqualified. Article 1, Flagrant Fouls. Before, during, and between periods of the game, all flagrant fouls require ejection or disqualification. If committed by Team B, a first down is awarded unless other rules conflict. Article 2, Striking Fouls and Tripping. No player may strike another opponent with a knee or strike the helmet, face mask, neck, face, or any body part using their forearm, elbow, palm, fist, or the backside or heel of the hand. No player may strike an opponent with the foot or any part of the leg below the knee. Tripping. Tripping is illegal. Tripping means using a lower leg or foot to intentionally obstruct an opponent below the knee. Article 3, Targeting. Crown of the helmet. No player shall target and make forcible contact with the crown of the helmet. The crown is the top area of the helmet, a 6-inch radius around the apex. There must be at least one indicator of targeting. When in question, it is a foul. Article 4, Targeting a defenseless player. No player shall target or make forcible contact to the head or neck area of a defenseless opponent using the helmet, forearm, hand, elbow, or shoulder. When in doubt, it is a foul. At least one indicator of targeting must be present. Note, indicators of targeting: launching into an opponent by leaving the ground, crouching forward by an upward thrust, leading with the helmet, shoulder, or forearm, lowering the head before contact. Note 2, who is a defenseless player? A player in the act of throwing a pass, a receiver attempting to or just catching the ball, a receiver attempting or just completing a catch, a kicker or returner during a kick or recovery, a player on the ground or clearly out of the play, a player receiving a blindside block, a quarterback after a change of possession, a player sliding or trying to recover the loose ball. Penalty for Article 3 and 4, 15 yards. Automatic first down for Team B fouls. Disqualification for the rest of the game if in the first half. The rest of this game and the first half of the next game if it's in the second half. Third targeting foul in a season. Players suspended for the next game. All targeting fouls are subject to instant replay review. If the targeting foul is overturned and there is no other personal foul, no 15-yard penalty is enforced. If another foul occurs, that foul is still enforced. Article 5, Clipping. Clipping is not allowed. Exceptions include legal within the blocking zone under certain conditions, when a player turns their back after the blocker is already committed, during the attempt to recover or catch a fumble, backwards pass, kick, or touch forward pass, when a player behind the neutral zone pushes below the waist to reach a pass, clipping is allowed against the runner. Article 6, Blocking below the waist. Team A, before change of possession, linemen may block below the waist on initial charge inside the tackle box. Stationary backs may do so from the front. All other teammate players may not block below the waist. Team B, before change of possession. Players near the line may block below the waist on initial charge. All other Team B players may only block below the waist against the runner. During free or scrimmage kicks, illegal for all players except against the runner. After possession changes, illegal for all except against the runner. Players may not clip in violation of Rule 915. Article 7, late hits and actions out of bounds. No pile up on or falling on a player after the ball is dead. No tackling or blocking a runner who is clearly out of bounds. No blocking when the blocker is already out of bounds. Now we're going to Article 8. Helmet and face mask fouls. No continuous contact to an opponent's face, helmet, or neck except against the runner. No grabbing and twisting or pulling of the face mask, chin strap, or helmet opening. Article 9, roughing the passer. No unnecessary roughness after the ball is thrown. This includes targeting, head or neck contact, driving the passer into the ground, other personal fouls. No low hits to the quarterback knee area when in a passing posture. The exception applies if the defender is blocked, trying to wrap up, or if the quarterback is a runner. Article 10, chop blocking. Chop blocks are illegal. A chop block is a combination of a high-low block by two players on the same defender. Article 11, leverage and leaping. No jumping or leaping over players, stepping on teammates, or using others for evasion to block a kick. No standing on teammates before the snap. 15-yard penalty and automatic first down. Article 12, contact against an opponent out of the play. No tackling a receiver when the pass is clearly uncatchable. No hitting players clearly out of the play. Article 13, hurdling. Only the ball carrier may hurdle. All other players may not. Article 14, contacting the snapper. In a scrimmage kick formation, the snapper may not be contacted until 1 full second after the snap. Horse collar tackle. Grabbing the inside, back, or side of the shoulder pads or jersey or the nameplate and pulling the runner down is a foul. Article 16, roughing or running into the kicker or holder. No contact with the kicker or holder when the kick is clearly happening. Roughing 15 yards, automatic first down. Running into is 5 yards. Other notes. Incidental contact is not a foul. If contact is caused by a block, it is not a foul. If the kicker is faking, it may be unsportsmanlike. A kicker who fakes being rough commits a 15-yard unsportsmanlike act. A free kick kicker may not be blocked until they are 5 yards beyond the restraining line. Article 17. Continued participation without a helmet. If a player's helmet comes off, they may not continue to participate in the play. Article 18. Blindside block. No player may deliver a blindside block with forcible contact. If targeting is involved, both fouls apply. All right, so we're in Rule 9. Section 2, unsportsmanlike conduct fouls. Article 1, unsportsmanlike act. There shall be no unsportsmanlike conduct or any act that interferes with any orderly administration of the game, before, during, or between the periods. This applies to the players, substitutes, coaches, and any other personnel subject to the rules. If a player commits an act of unsportsmanlike conduct, it's ruled either a live ball or dead ball foul depending on the timing. Article 1 specifically prohibits acts. No one, including players, coaches, or substitutes, shall use obsessive, threatening, abusive, threatening, or obscene language or gestures. You also cannot provoke, taunt, or demean opponents, officials, or image of the game. Examples include pointing at opponents, throat slash or gestures, taunting or ridiculing an opponent, simulating weapons or inciting the crowd, delayed or excessive celebrations that focus attention on a player, alternating the stride or diving into the end zone unopposed, removing your helmet before reaching the sideline, standing over a prone player while punching arms, chest, or crossing arms, going into the stands or bowing after a big play, intentionally removing your helmet during a live play, contacting an opponent after the play is clearly dead, using force to push or pull players off a pile. Penalty, 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct, live ball fouls, enforcement from the spot of the foul, dead ball fouls, enforcement from the succeeding spot. If Team B commits the foul, automatic first down, flagrant offenders are ejected. Return the ball after a play. After a play, players must return the ball to an official or leave it near the dead ball spot. Prohibited actions include kicking, throwing, or spinning the ball, spiking the ball except to conserve time, tossing it high into the air, anything that delays the game. Penalty, dead ball foul, 15 yards, automatic first down for Team A, based off Team B's foul. Flagrant offenders are ejected. Additional prohibited acts. Coaches and team personnel may not go on the field to protest calls or speak with officials without permission. Ejected persons must leave and stay out of view. No mascots or unauthorized persons on the field without approval. Substitutes must enter only for substitution, not for celebration or demonstration. No one may create noise or distractions that interfere with the game or signal calling. Penalty for items 1 to 4. Dead ball foul, 15 yards. Penalty from items 5. The referee may take action including 15-yard penalties, repeating the down, awarding a score, or suspending the game. Article 2, unfair tactic. A player may not hide or conceal the ball. No fake substitutions or deceptive tactics may be used. No confusing equipment may be used. Two players at the same position may not wear the same jersey number. Penalty for A to D, live ball foul, 15 yards, automatic first down for Team B fouls. Flagrant offenders are ejected. No more than 2 squad members can share a jersey number. The penalty, 15 yards. Head coach is charged. Numbering must be corrected immediately. Cleats may not exceed a ½ inch. Penalty, ejections for the rest of the game in the team's next game. Team timeout is also charged. Referees must report illegal cleats ejection in writing. Article 3, unfair acts. Unfair acts include a team refusing to play within 2 minutes after being told by the referees. A team repeatedly committing fouls that only result in half the distance penalties. Any obvious unfair act not directly covered by the rulebook, including interference by substitutes, coaches, or unauthorized persons. Penalty, referee may enforce a 15-yard penalty, repeat the down, award a score, or suspend the game. Article 4, contacting an official. No one may intentionally or forcibly contact a game official. Penalty, dead ball foul, 15 yards and automatic ejection. Automatic first down for Team B fouls. Article 5, sideline interference. While the ball is live or in continuous action after it's dead, coaches and personnel must stay beyond the coaching line. First infraction, warning. Second and third, delay a game, 5-yard penalties. Fourth and beyond, team unsportsmanlike conduct, 15 yards. Automatic first down if Team B commits the foul. Physical interference with the official is also a team unsportsmanlike foul. Physical interference with an official is also a team unsportsmanlike conduct foul. Penalty, dead ball foul, 15 yards. Team B fouls result in automatic first down. Article 6, ejected players and coaches. 2 unsportsmanlike conduct fouls result in ejection. Ejected players must leave and stay out of sight. Suspended players may warm up pregame but must stay out of view during their suspension. Ejected coaches must leave and stay out of view. Head coaches may designate a new head coach if ejected. Article 7, tobacco use. No one, including players, coaches, or game personnel, may use tobacco from the start to the end of the game. Penalty is ejection, dead ball foul, 15-yard penalty. Section 3, blocking, use of hands or arms. Article 1, who may block? Players on either team may block opponents as long as it is not pass interference with the opportunity to catch a kick, or personal foul. The exceptions apply in Rules 6.1.12 and 6.5.4. Article 2, helping or interfering with the ball carrier or passer. A ball carrier or passer may use their hand or arm to ward off or push defender. The ball carrier is not allowed to grab a teammate, or teammates cannot grasp, pull, or lift the ball carrier to help move them forward. Teammates may block opponents, but they may not use interlocked interference, meaning they may not or cannot grasp or encircle another while blocking. The penalty is 5 yards. Article 3, holding and use of hands or arms. Use of hands. A teammate of the ball carrier or passer may legally block using the shoulder, hands, and the outer surface of the arms or other parts of the body, but only under the following rule. The hands must be in front of the elbow, inside the frame of the opponent's body, unless the opponent turns their back, at or below the shoulders.
I didn't find any open orders for Darnell. If you're waiting for a delayed package, you can check its status at your orders page on Amazon.
Of both players, unless the opponent squats, ducks, or submarines, all apart and not locked together. The hands must be open with the palms facing the opponent's frame, or closed or cupped, but not with the palms facing the opponent. Holding. Hands and arms may not grasp, pull, hook, clamp, or encircle in any way that illegally impose the obstruction of an opponent. Penalty 10 yards. If teammate fouls behind the neutral zone, enforcement is from the previous spot. If the foul occurs behind teammate's goal line, it is a safety. Kicking team. Players on the kicking team may use hands or arms in these ways. On a scrimmage kick, they can ward off a blocker if they're beyond the neutral zone. On free kicks, they can ward off an opponent trying to block them. If they're eligible to touch the ball, they may push an opponent while trying to recover a loose ball. Passing team. Eligible players may ward off or push an opponent to reach a loose ball, but only after a legal forward pass has been touched by a player or an official. Article 4, holding and use of hands or arms. Defense. Defensive players may use hands or arms to push, pull, ward off, or lift blockers when attempting to reach the runner. Being actively blocked. Legal use is allowed when trying to reach a loose ball during a backwards pass, fumble, or kick the defender is eligible to touch. A forward pass that crossed the neutral zone and was touched. When not trying to reach the ball or runner, defenders must follow the same rules that apply to the offensive blockers: no grasping, holding, or hooking. Defensive players may not tackle, hold, or obstruct an opponent who is not the runner. Defensive players may ward off or block an eligible receiver until that receiver is on the same yard line as the defender, or can no longer block the defender. Continuous contact is not allowed. Penalty for C through E is 10 yards plus automatic first down if the first down does not conflict with other rules. Article 5, blocking the back. Blocking an opponent in the back other than the ball carrier is illegal. The exceptions: offensive players on the line of scrimmage at the snap and within the blocking zone may block in the back inside the zone, but they may not leave or return to block in the back. The zone disintegrates when the ball leaves it. When a player turns their back to the blocker who is already committed in direction and intent, when the player is trying to reach a runner or recover a fumble, backwards pass, kick, or touch forward pass, they may not push an opponent in the back above the waist. When an opponent turns their back to the blocker, Rule 933A1B, when an eligible player behind the neutral zone pushes the opponent in the back above the waist to reach a forward pass. The penalty is 10 yards for a teammate foul behind the neutral zone and force from the previous spot. If the foul is beyond teammate's goal line, it is a safety. Section 4, batting and kicking. Batting a loose ball. Article 1. While a pass is in flight, only a player who is eligible to touch the ball may bat it in any direction. The exception is Rule 942. Any player may block a scrimmage kick in the field of play or in the end zone. No player shall bat other loose balls forward in the field of play or in any direction if the ball is in the end zone. The exception is Rule 6311. Penalty, 15 yards and a loss of down for fouls by Team A, unless loss of down conflicts with other rules. Note, there is no loss of down if the foul happens when a legal scrimmage kick is beyond the neutral zone. Article 2. A backwards pass in flight shall not be batted forward by a passing team. Penalty, 10 yards. Batting ball in possession. Article 3. A ball in player possession may not be batted forward by a player of that team. Penalty, 10 yards. Illegal kicking ball. Article 4. A player shall not kick a loose ball, a forward pass, or a ball being held for a place kick by an opponent. These illegal acts do not change the status of the ball. If the player holding for a place kick loses possession during a scrimmage down, it's a fumble and a loose ball. If it happens during a free kick, the ball remains dead. Penalty, 10 yards plus loss of down for teammate fouls unless that loss of down conflicts with other rules. The exception, no loss of down if the foul occurs when a legal scrimmage kick is beyond the neutral zone. Section 5, fighting. Article 1. Before the game, squad members in uniform or coaches shall not participate in a fight. This includes any action that meets the definition in Rule 232.1. During the first half, players also shall not participate in a fight. Penalty, 15 yards. If it's a dead ball foul, it's 15 yards from the succeeding spot. Automatic first down for Team B's fouls. If not in conflict with other rules, ejection for the remainder of the game. During halftime, squad members in uniform or coaches shall not participate in a fight. During the second half, players shall not participate in a fight. Penalty, 15 yards. For dead ball fouls, 15 yards from the succeeding spot. Automatic first down if Team B fouls, if not in conflict with other rules. Ejections for the remainder of the game and the first half of the next game. If the team occurs in the last game of the season, any person with remaining eligibility shall serve the suspension during the first game of the next season for which they are eligible. During either half, coaches or substitutes may not leave their team area to participate in a fight. They also may not participate in a fight within their team area. Penalty, 15 yards from the succeeding spot, automatic first down, team B fouls. If it does not conflict with other rules, ejections for the remainder of the game and first half of the next game. If this happens in the last game of the season, the suspension carries over to the first game of the next season for which the individual is eligible. Article 2, repeat offenses. If a squad member, coach, or a player is ejected for fighting a second time in the same season, they shall be ejected from that game and suspended for the remainder of the season. If the second suspension for fighting happens during the final game of the season, they shall be suspended for the first game of the next season for which they are eligible. This new suspension will count as the first fight of that next season. Article 3, reporting. The referee must notify their assigning agency in writing for any ejection due to fighting. The assigning agency is responsible for implementing the penalty. Section 6, flagrant personal foul, Article 1. When a player is ejected from the game due to a flagrant personal foul as defined in Rule 2.10.3, that player conference must automatically initiate a video review for possible additional sanctions before the next scheduled game. Article 2, foul not called. If a conference reviews a game film and finds flagrant personal foul that officials did not call, the conference has the authority to impose sanctions before the team's next scheduled game. That is Rule 9. Appreciate you. This right here is for me, but of course I want to be able to help other officials grow as I try to get better. With that being said, if you have any comments, anything like that that will be able to be helpful, please put it on there. Don't be a troll. Nobody likes a troll. To the next one. Thanks for watching Ref Me Up. I'm out.